Morning, everyone. So much sleep, you don't know what to do with yourselves, right? How many people did not go to sleep at all? Okay. How many of you slept less than 3 hours? Less than 5? Okay. Less than 5? Okay. Anybody sleep more than 5 hours? You should have gone home Thursday. Liz is the only one. Anyway. All right. Well, we have come. See what I mean? See what's going to happen? They are parade pictures. Wait till we get to something. Okay, he's going to switch to something more solemn. Ladies, I want to give a couple shout outs because we really didn't have that much yesterday because things were a little crazy and a little hectic. But I think last night's talent show was a whole lot of fun. How about it? Applause for everybody. And I also want to point out that, and I think there's still maybe a little bit of stuff out and about on campus, so if you see something, anything related to Girls State, any campaign signage or anything, if you can go ahead and clean that up on your way back and forth, whether it's your name or not, and I get that. The elections ran extremely well. Everyone had great campaigns, great fun doing the campaigns, a lot of helpers during the campaigns and all of that good stuff. So I think from an elections process, even though we had to change it up a little bit to make it work with the uncontested county ballots and all that kind of stuff, hopefully everybody enjoyed it and learned something, and you're good to go when it's time for you to register to vote, and you'll be first in line in your hometowns, right? Good. All right. So with that, I would like to invite the President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House forward to give you just a little information about the legislation that went back and forth between the two houses and sort of just a legislative report, if you will. Okay? So Cassidy and Whitney.
Good morning, everyone. I know it's a sad day because we are leaving, but we did have some quite interesting legislation that happened, and I guess the House also. And the debates in there kind of got a little heated at times, but we all prevailed. So the Senate began with a bill to better Girls State, and it was a bill to extend the duration of West Virginia Rhododendron Girls State. The definition is a full week program, a program extending from Sunday to Sunday, which would allow for 6 nights and 7 days. Section 1. By extending the duration of Girls State by 1 day, we will afford participants the opportunity for more sleep, more campaigning, more parade preparation, and also more meet and greet time before officials.
Section 2, the added day will not be used to put more into the schedule, but to stretch out the existing schedule. Section 3, in the opening assembly, an overview of the potential political offices available to the girls at Girls State will be added. And the last section was the extension of adding an extra day to Girls State will add about $50 to the cost of Girls State, but this will be paid for by the sponsor.
So after the Senate had it written, we did have to send it over to the House for them to vote on it and add, what did I say? Oh, I thought you said and we had to send it to the House to see if any changes needed to be made. And they did send an amendment, but we did politely, unanimously voted, sorry, I'm tired, voted, yeah, I know, right? And we decided to exclude the amendment because they were trying to add more in to the schedule, which that was not our goal. Our goal is to just extend, have more time for more things.
Okay, and the House, we worked on a bill that was to provide like a hard copy of the offices that would be available like during the registration process, so people could like have time to think about what they want to do and not prepare obviously because they're not allowed, but just to have thoughts in mind. But yeah, we sent it over to the Senate and they shot it down really quick. Well, we didn't get a bill.
In the Senate, we were also working on one more bill, and it was about drug testing. Teachers, when they get their before they can get their certification, they have to be drug tested, and that they are also subjected to random drug testing throughout their years of teaching, and every time they go to recertify, they be drug tested again because that is not a requirement in our state. So that was in the process of being written and approved. So that's our legislative report for the Senate and the House for this session. And hopefully we can get some of this stuff even on a roll even more than what we have. Thank you.
Great job.
You want to sit there?
You have that?
Yes,
Thank
you
you.
can have that.
Fantastic. Thank you, ladies, very much. The judicial branch did not have to convene because Betty Ray was fairly well behaved last night. So the Department of Corruption did not have to hear any cases. They did not have to be elevated to the Supreme Court level. They were handled in the communities. So we're glad about that. I would like to now invite Katie up front, Governor Mossberg, and I believe she has some appointments to read. So if you would like to come on over here to this side, and Governor Bonnie, if you can just come on up here too. Let's have a seat. So, ladies, before we do this, just want to again say, because I know that again we kind of hurried through everything yesterday, we did have an opportunity to stand up and give the chorus a nice round of applause and a standing ovation for their amazing work. But let's listen. And chorus, you were absolutely wonderful. And the whole inauguration, the entire process was great. I mean, Michelle's the art contest and all of that, but this is something that does not happen in a vacuum, and it happens with, oh, look at us. We look good. What? Buddha? Buddha belly? Okay, so what I wanted to say about inauguration is that there have been so many people that have worked on this inauguration and fine-tuned it through the years, and it just continues to be passed along, and it continues to improve each and every time. And so I know Nancy did some of the talking from up front here, but she said, Rosemary and Michelle, you all have to say something, because really, she said there's absolutely no way she could have done it without Betty Ray and Katina Carnes. So Katina's back there, Betty Ray, Lord only knows where she is, but Betty and Katina have helped form that program the way that it was, and I think that we probably all agree, and the staff will know what I mean by this, but somebody else who was always involved in the inauguration ceremony is a former staff member of ours, and we miss having her here terribly. We've reached out to her and we'll continue to reach out to her, but I think that Jill McAllister would have been real proud of what we put on here yesterday. So thank you, everybody. That was an amazing program. Having said that, as a result of the elections, the governor has the responsibility and the opportunity to make a number of appointments, because she has a gubernatorial cabinet, if you will, made up of directors and secretaries and commissioners and all of that type of thing. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this over to Katie Mossberg and let her give you the information about the appointments that she's made. Governor Mossberg.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to start by appointing Mary Catherine Platts to a of the Department of and Public Safety. My next appointment is Lindsay Lancaster to the office of Secretary of the Department of Administration. For Commissioner of the Alcohol Beverage Control Administration, I would like to name Gina Mahan. For Commissioner of the Division of Financial Institutions, Jessica Kimball. For Commissioner of the Bureau of Commerce, and I apologize because you're my say your last name wrong, Teresa Huang. Close enough. You know who you are. For Director of the Division of Corrections, Mackenzie Jacobs. For the Director of the Division of Culture and History, Lucy Hartzell. For Secretary of the Department of Education and the Arts, Isabella Neer. Director of Emergency Medical Services, Katrina Linger. Director of Workforce West Virginia, Sarah Homer. For Director of the Department of Environmental Protection, Caroline Ledman. Director of State Facilities Protection Division, Hannah Linger. For the Director of the Division of Forestry, Amy Pay. For Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Resources, Samantha Roberts. Commissioner of the Division of Highways, Melissa Giannotti. Commissioner of the Office of the Insurance Commissioner, Brooke King. For the Director of the Division of Juvenile Services, Jaya Bowen. Director of the Division of Labor, Savannah Bailey. Secretary of the Department of Military Affairs and Public Safety, Jordan Hoover. For Director of the Division of Motor Vehicles, Angel Moore. Director of the Natural Resources Division, Rebecca A. Lee. Director of Public Defender Services, Ruth Ann Deely. Director of Public Employees Insurance Agency, Christina McIver. Director of the Division of Personnel, Alyssa Perry. Director of the Division of Rehabilitation, Hannah Breen. Director of the Bureau of Senior Services, Kayla Ware. Commissioner of the Tax Department, Ashley Williams. Secretary of the Revenue, Sierra Vine. Chief Technology Officer of the Governor's Office of Technology, Carly DeSario. Commissioner of the Division of Tourism, Riley Sturm. And finally, the Secretary of the Department of Transportation, Manahil Naveed.
Thank you, Katie. Wonderful job. Just as a reminder, the photographs that you're seeing are available for sale. Is that correct? Thank you, Jacob. I want to really thank Jacob and Luke and the partnership with Mountaineer Boys State and Rhododendron Girls State is something that is growing, and it's in great part thanks to these two gentlemen. So gentlemen, thank you so much for your help. So ladies, I have to leave you with a quote. And when I think about this quote, it's one that reminds me so very much of Michelle Serbaugh and the person that she is to all of us. Scary. You scary? You scared now? No, really she shouldn't. But I do want to share this with all of you, and I want you to really think about it, because there have been a lot of things said this week. There have been a lot of things done. There have been a lot of things learned and a lot of things taught. And maybe they are in that order, and maybe they're in the other order. But what I want you to take with you, what I would really like for you to take with you, and all joking aside, it would make me feel that I made a difference to at least some of you, or one of you, or all of you, collectively, or be. I will tell you, I'm a little bit jealous of the rhododendron girls. You all have among you one of the finest women in the world, and that's Irene Weber, because she will forever be a part of your girls' state, with her becoming an honorary citizen yesterday. So let's give it up for that. But when I think about Michelle, and I think about Irene and Betty Ray and a lady named Sue Scott that you all just would have had a ball with, she'd have ripped all of us for anything that we did wrong. She was a tough bird, but she was a great director of this Girls State program in so many ways. But here's what I want you to think about when you leave here, because it's tough. It's tough to think about being a strong woman, because I'm just going to tell you, if a guy does it, he's a good leader. If a woman does it, she's a you-know-what, right? That's unfortunately the stereotype and how it works. But here's what I want you to think about, because this is how we can change that sentiment. This is how we can change that thought, and this is how we can change the future. And this is all you have to think about. I need to think about it and be reminded about it every day. I'm so fortunate to have people in my life like Michelle and like Irene who do this so easily. It's just who they are. But think about this when you leave here, because this is who I want you to become. You can always tell who the strong women are. They are the ones who are building each other up instead of tearing each other down. You can always tell who the strong women are. They're the ones that are building each other up, not tearing each other down. Ladies, you've built us up. You've allowed us to stand before you. You've allowed us to talk with you and to you. And we've learned so much from you. Women, build each other up. Don't tear each other down. And if you see it happening, try to stop it. If you can't stop it, go the other way. Take care of yourself. Take care of your goals. Focus on your life. And if you make that a life of helping each other, you'll never be sorry. It's been a fabulous week. I'm going to turn it over to Michelle because she's got some awards to do and some great news to share. Thank you all so much.
Good morning. I'd first like to also recognize Luke and they said about 3,700 photos on the website for you guys to look through. Plenty for you all to purchase. And just so you do realize, that watermark will not be on your pictures when you order them. But again, thank you. I also want to give a huge thank you out to Rob, sit in the back, and all of his other staff, because without their endless support, working pretty much 24/7 for us this past week, Matt upstairs in the sound booth, and all his other staff, they take a lot of pressure off of Rosemary and myself to make sure that your all's needs are taken care of and that we provide as good of a program to you as we possibly can with all the newest, latest, and greatest technology. So thank you, Rob, to you and your staff. Hopefully you guys will fill out your surveys because it's your feedback that we really look at, try to make it better. We'll even look at the bill for extending the day. We'll just give the counselors some extra vitamins for the week. But no, we really do seriously take to heart. One was the visors. You didn't have visors this year. And for those of you who came back this year as counselors, visors weren't the greatest thing. They never are. So we went to bandanas. You wanted some interaction with your classes, former Girl State citizens. We tried to give you that. So we do look at what you tell us, and we try to work it. It's limited in time, but we do want to make this program work for you because it's about you, not about us. We want to give you a quality program. Trying to figure out the Starbucks total. Did we get a Starbucks total? Last year, in the time it was open, which was a lot less hours in the day than what it was this year, was over $2,000 that you guys contributed to Starbucks. So I was curious about that. Our special project this year was our Department Welfare Fund. Thank each and every one of you. Right now, it looks like we're at least at $1,000. So thank you very much. This will definitely be put to a great use to help our veterans in our 4 VA hospitals in West Virginia and our veterans home, and also to help military transition to civilian life. I have some special awards to give out. Our art contest winners. So for the inauguration program, the winner of the cover was Colleen Miller. If you will come up, we have a little something for you. And for our directory, the cover was done by Claire Casto. And I want to thank everybody else who participated in the art contest. The drawings were absolutely beautiful. For those of you who want to take your drawings with you, you can see Miss Sue Brown in the back. She has your artwork for you. Now it's time to recognize our outstanding citizens. So if you guys, you want to do by community? Yeah, I'm wondering because sometimes we stand them up here across the front of the screen. So if you guys will come up as we call your name, we actually have a special pin to bring, and then very shortly we will announce the 2 Girls Nation senators along with 2 alternates. Okay, so from Braxton, Samantha Border, Hannah Breen, and Marion View. Mariah, I'm sorry.
That was my typo. Sorry, Mariah. Come on over here. What? Need a little conditioner in there?
That's why there's 3,700 photos to choose from.
Y'all just come on across.
Okay, from Calhoun, Cheyenne Mickley, Mackenzie Jacobs, Lucy Hartzell. From Jessica Kimball, Hannah McCall. From Lewis, Josephine Lowe, Gina Mahan, and Taylor Starkey. From Marion, Tatua Asperry, and Mary Catherine Platts. From Monongalia, Tessa Chafin, Madeline Randolph, Mary Catherine Bolton. From Monroe, Cassidy Adams, Catherine Gerbo, Madison Parker. From Northern Panhandle, Cassidy Means, Jaya Bowen. From Randolph, Aaron Zirkle and Simone Schaffler. From Upshur, Isabel Lanier and Autumn Richmond. And last but not least, from Webster, Alyssa Bumpus and Kate Dyer. We're done. They all have been called.
All right. Okay. You can play a little bit of music while we go down our line here. Michelle's coming. What?
Okay, ladies, let's give these girls another round of applause.
I'm back. Okay. So, Girl State's kind of a family thing in my world, kind of like in Michelle's world, in our new governor. Her mother was a Girl State citizen in, I won't tell, because then I'll tell how old your mom is. Makes me really feel old. Okay. The opportunity to be a part of Rhododendron Girls State is fabulous. And quite frankly, it's something that I am very proud of, in part because I was able to be here, but also in part because my mom was a Girl State citizen. And you all had her for the leadership class. If she didn't do a nice job, please don't put it on the survey, because then I'll have to deal with that for a year until she has a chance to do it over again. Just kidding. Just kidding. She actually appreciates any constructive criticism that you have to offer, because she's changed her class up a little bit through the years too. But a few years ago, I decided to create an award in her honor, and I called it the Mary Jo Thomas Star Award. I know, go ahead. Starfish, Star Award, I get it. It's fine. I'll change it to the Eyeglass Award. But the Mary Jo Thomas here to a Rhododendron Girls State citizen who exemplifies leadership on many levels. She is one engaged, who has taken time to encourage others to be involved, and who has 110% throughout the week and through in her actions and attitude. With a $500 to the college of the person's choice. Once they apply for college, they need to get in touch with Paulette, our department secretary, and she will take care of for you. But I funded this award for her, and she was a former Girl State girl, former outstanding citizen, and to me, she exemplifies not only servant leadership, but also optimism. Because if you met her, you know, she's always happy, she's always smiling, and to spread that joy. So I don't think that you'll be surprised to know that this was not an easy decision this year, because there's a lot of positive energy in this room, and there's been a lot of positive energy across this campus all week. But it is my privilege and my pleasure to invite forward one young lady to accept this award today as the RGS 2015 Mary Jo Thomas Star Award will go to Erin Zirkle. Erin? You're fine. I need to back up just a minute. I want to give a thank yous out to the runners-up for the art contest. So those who issued drawings that were runners-up, Colleen Miller, Claire Casto, Hannah Rinker, Brooke Lowe, Ashley Mills, and Erica Davis. So I have thank you cards for you if you want to come up. We have some talented artists in here. Each year, in addition to Rosemary's Award for the Mary Jo Thomas Scholarship, Rhododendron Girls State gives a $500 scholarship to the newly elected Rhododendron Girls State Governor. So Ms. Katie will get a $500 scholarship, has been accepted into a college when she completes her senior year next year. So Katie, that will come to you once you decide. Bonnie, as soon as you have your paperwork, Bonnie has university, so that's where she will be attending college. A $500 scholarship will be issued to them. So congratulations, Bonnie. Nancy, where did she go? She ran away. We had over 40 Samsung scholarship applications this year. Very good. Thank you for submitting those. And Worldwide Electronic Leaders sent out a scholarship fund of $5 million to be administered by the American Legion in 1996. This was meant to show appreciation for U.S. veterans who came to Korea's aid during its struggle against communist forces in the Korean War, and the Samsung Scholarship
program established a series of scholarships derived from interest and other income from the principal amount that they donated of this $5 million. In 2014, they awarded 9 $20,000 scholarships and 89 $1,100 scholarships. To date, the Samsung Scholarship has awarded more than $5.2 million to nearly 1,800 applicants. And these scholarship applications are restricted to high school juniors who attend the current session of either American Legion Boys State or the American Legion Auxiliary Girls State program. And a qualification is you need to be a direct descendant of a wartime served on active duty during at least one of the periods of war that have officially been designated as eligibility dates for the American Legion membership. Girls awards a $1,000 scholarship to one eligible citizen who completes their application. This recipient's application is then forwarded on to the national level, where she has the opportunity to win up to $20,000 in additional scholarships. This year, it is my privilege to present the Rhododendron Girls State Samsung Scholarship winner with a perfect score of 100 to Miss Katie Mosberg. Yes, this is the first time we've ever had a perfect score. And for those of you who want to know a little bit more, it's based on academic record, involvement in school and community activities, community service, and financial need. So, and also if you have a direct descendant of a Korean War veteran, it gives extra points. So she scored 100. So she is now going on to be in with a group of participants to win an additional up to an additional $20,000. So thank you. Okay, so probably now another I've been waiting for, announcement of our Girls Nation senators. Before I announce the senators, please, I need your parents, plus the Girls Nation senators and the alternates to report to Ignatius Hall right after this assembly, because we need to give you a brief Girls Nation orientation. Again, for those who don't know, Girls Nation is the week of July 25th through August 1st in Washington, D.C. So we have, I think, 2 weeks to get everything processed for you. So please report immediately to Ignatius Hall. First, I'd like to announce the two alternates. If for any reason the two Girls Nation senators cannot attend Girls Nation this year, they will be eligible to go in their place. Our first alternate is Miss Tessa Chafin. Our second alternate is Miss Adams.
Thank you so much.
Okay, for the two girls that have been selected to Girls Nation, last year WVU started offering a leadership scholarship to all boys and Girls Nation senators selected to attend West Virginia Boys Nation or Girls Nation. And this scholarship is valued at over $1,000 over 4 years of undergraduate study. There are some additional requirements, of course, a GPA and a 21 composite ACT or a combined SAT math and critical reading score of 900. But the two girls that are selected, should they choose to go to WVU, will receive a scholarship valued at $2,000 over 4 years.
And they get worse. Those two of those four, one of those four get worse.
Okay, so the moment of truth has arrived. Our first Girls Nation Senator is Miss Jessica Kimball. Did you hear that, Rosemary? You can stand by the other has-beens. And your second Girls Nation to represent Rhododendron Girls State at is Miss, are you ready? Alyssa Bumpus.
How cool is that?
Excuse me. Can you play a trumpet for us right now?
There they go. Ah. There you go. It gets worse.
Okay.
It gets worse. I don't think Miss Betty Ray has seen these yet.
So, girls, we need you to report along with your parents to Ignatius Hall before you leave because you've got paperwork you need to fill out, okay? So one more time, let's give a big round of applause to our Girls Nation Senator. No, we're getting ready to do it now. Before we do our retirement of collars, and before Katie and Bonnie give their final farewell for the week, I just want to thank each and every one of you for a great week at Rhododendron Girls State this year. I hope that serious your challenge in life, because girls, there are going to be lots of them. I'm afraid that your challenges have just begun. But remember what I said on Sunday night, that if life doesn't challenge you, your life will always remain the same. Be confident in who you are, be with who you are. Remember what Judge Wilson said, that you feel inferior without your consent. That's a true statement. No one can make you sad. No one can make you angry. You allow it to happen, and you allow yourself to make your own happiness. Nobody's going to make that happiness for you. You're a great group of young ladies. You have so much potential. I hope you grasp what life is out there waiting to offer you and seize each moment. Step outside your comfort zone. I hear that so much, but it's such a true statement, because if you don't step outside that comfort zone, you'll never know what. And just remember, life is also about risks. Some risks are going to be good for you, some risks aren't. But just learn from the risks that don't pan out. Move forward, try it again, and I'm sure you're going to be successful. So again, I thank you for a great week. I hope you get some sleep. I hope your mom and dad, and brothers and sisters, boyfriends are happy to see you when you get home. So one other thing before I turn it over to our Girls Nation Senators from this year to retire our collars is each year Rhododendron Girls State issues to the high school of our governor a recognition award to be posted in your school, because it's an honor to be elected as governor of Girls State. Unfortunately, due to some challenging circumstances, to put it mildly, I was not able to present Bonnie, her school, which is Washington High School in Charlestown, West Virginia, her recognition award. So at this time, I'd like to present her plaque to her that she can take back and proudly present in her school. All right, ladies, if you'll all stand, we will read collars. Before we retire the colors, I think that we owe this lady a song for all the great work that she's done. How about it? For she's a girl, say girl, and a girl you ought to know. For she's a girl, say girl, not too fast and not too slow. She's a scholar and a lady and a girl that all adore. And every time you meet her, you want to meet her more. For she's a girl, say girl, and a girl you ought to, a girl you ought to, a girl you ought to know. Thank you. Thank you. But I really have to say this. This program does not happen. It starts at the, and then it brings you to us, but without the wonderful and talented senior and junior counselors, we wouldn't have the week that we have. So definitely, thank you. Rob, is Barb back there? Barbara? Oh, darn. For those of you who don't know, we had a last-minute cancellation of a nurse, and we had to get one pretty quick, where I would have spent the entire week in the infirmary with the citizens. So I called Rob, or texted Rob. I said, Rob, I need your help. I need a nurse. Do you have any nursing students here that would be willing to come to Wheeling Jesuit and be our nurse for the week? He very quickly texted me back and said, well, I think I might have someone, but I need to talk to her first. And it's his aunt. So his Aunt Barbara was our wonderful nurse. She had a great initial week because she too did not get much sleep, but she was one of the best nurses that we've had, and I look forward to working with her for many more. I think she took great care of not only you, but our staff frequently visited her, and she took great care of them as well. So I was hoping to congratulate and thank her before she left, but that's the story behind the nurse.
Okay.
Thank you, ladies, very much for an incredible week.
Okay. I declare this adjourned. No? Liz says no.